Hi, loves. I'm Lauren K. Wyatt. Welcome to day 3 of the Break the Laws of Love challenge. And we're breaking the laws to create our own universal love story. Awesome. So today we're going to do something a little bit differently. On Monday, we talked about the law of control. On Tuesday, we talked about the law of sacrifice. Today, we're going to do a double whammy. We're going to talk about 2 laws of love. We're going to talk about the law of drama and the law of perfection. And you wouldn't really think that these two would really play well together or be a good pairing, but they really are. And instead of going into that, I'll just go into telling you why. So we're going to start over here with the law of drama. And the law of drama does have positive attributes to it. I know in the mind map that I created for you, we really stick to the sneaky ways in which the laws of love can kind of come up into your experience. But they're like anything, there's always a positive, there's always a negative. So the positive traits of the law of drama people are highly sensitive. They're very in tune with their feelings and emotions. And this is a beautiful thing, especially living in a society where we're taught to be like more hard-lined and do things that are in these rigid boxes and to be really results-driven, law of control, outcome-oriented, all of that. But the law of drama people, they remind us that we're humans and humans have feelings. And a lot of them are very like universal feelings and universal emotions. So with that, this is a really beautiful thing. And law of drama people, they're so into their experience. So let's just shift gears over here to the law of perfection. So I'm gonna fix my hair because it got in my eyes because this is the law of perfection. Hey, it's not totally perfect, but whatever. By the way, some would say that it's a little dramatic of me that I'm wearing a scarf that my ex-boyfriend gave me like 11 years ago. However, I would call it perfection because this is a beautiful piece and I didn't even really wear it until the last few months. So here I go as I talk about the law of perfection. So law of perfection people, these are people where, they have a big vision and they want their vision to happen like now. And they can get really tied down in all of the details and in all the steps that it takes to get to that big vision. And on so many levels, I think a lot of us can relate to that because if you're single and if what you desire is this incredible relationship, then there are things that you're going to need to do to allow that relationship to come into your life. We've been talking about karma. I don't know if you've been watching the different episodes of the Universal Love Story, but karma has to do, it's not so much a mystical thing as it's just about choices and consequences. And right now, whatever your current circumstances are, those are consequences of choices that you've made. And you can argue with me all you want on this. Law of drama, it doesn't really matter how, and this sounds kind of mean, so know that it's said with love. It doesn't really matter so much how you feel about this. It matters that every choice does have a consequence. And currently, if there's something that you want that you don't currently have, it's because you haven't chosen it for one reason or another. And if you're a law of perfection person, you instead have chosen to be perfect because you believe that you'll be loved if you're perfect, instead of doing what it takes, being willing to maybe get it wrong or be a little messy, for it not to go perfectly, all of the stuff that it takes to manifest a new result. And it really is this transformative process to go from not having something to being the person that has something. Things need to happen between A and B. And the law of perfection person can stay closer to A because they want to be B like now, but they're really, really scared of taking all of the steps to get there. And all of us, whether we're law of perfection people or not, can relate to this in some way. So over here on the law of drama, this also has a lot to do with, because as we've talked about before, we have like the choice of love versus fear. For the law of perfection person, it could be an extremely loving choice to, again, connect with their heart and follow their heart and be courageous. Being courageous doesn't mean that you don't have fear or that there's an absence of fear. It means that you're going to acknowledge that you're afraid and you're going to move forward even if you're afraid and even if you don't know how everything's going to turn out. And the law of drama person does their own version of this, except like they may really want to be perfect too, but they end up sabotaging it in like a whole other way where there's just like the illusion of no going back. Like there's like a totally burnt bridge, and then it leads to like a lot of drama and a lot of healing, and this exhausting process just keeps happening and happening and happening, and it keeps happening until a new choice is made. And this is why I love, love, love working with people long term. The grand prize in this program includes working privately with me for a couple of sessions, which is highly transformative, highly healing, incredible. And I love giving just like a couple sessions to people, but what I really love is working with somebody for 6 months. Someone who is, and let me tell you why I love the time frame of 6 months. 6 months is long enough to really get a result, and it's also like short enough to really get a result as well. And in the Universal Love Story, we filmed for 3 months, and it really did show me how sometimes at 3 months, that's when people can really sabotage or they lose momentum. And that's usually where we feel like maybe we're being tested. Like, oh, I thought I was going to have this relationship, but it's not working out anymore because of this and this and this. And I guess I'm just not meant to have it. And then, sabotage, like we talked about before. Did we? Anyway, sabotage. So when working with somebody for 6 months, it's a way for me to really be in their ear and hold the mirror up and let them know, hey, are you doing your perfection thing again? Ooh, drama's happening. What's really going on? Let's uncover it. Let's talk about it together. I also get to incorporate work with my clients' spirit guides, and the guides actually help me coach and guide the client along on their path. And as you saw in the Universal Love Story, it's all in accordance with the person's soul gifts. So it's just this beautiful, liberating, just incredible way to experience yourself. And in a 6-month period, you really get a lot of practice in doing that. Because I will call you out if you're being dramatic, and I'll totally call you out if I feel like you're in your perfection stuff. And because you have free will, you're still allowed to do whatever it is that you choose. And as I said before, every choice has a consequence. So today, your assignment is, I want you to post the 5th picture on your camera roll. Do this in the thread from earlier today. And do this before 11 p.m. today to be eligible for prizes. And, you know, again, common sense. I know that common sense isn't all that common, but if there's nudity in it, like, you know, cover it up, or you know what, you may have to break the rules a little and not do that picture. But to the best that you can and using common sense, show us the 5th picture on your camera roll, and you can even give us an explanation about it. And let's like, is it dramatic? Oh my gosh, I'm taking a risk and sharing this. Or is it just like complete perfection? Or is there like embarrassment happening? Are there feelings coming up? So just take note of that. And I really look forward to choosing today's winner.